Alrighty.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Today is a beautiful wintry day.
And this is Mountain Girl and
Condom Lady.
Yay!
Hope you folks are doing fantastic today. We've had some very interesting stuff happening in our office. So we've been moving and adding new individuals to our employee list. And yeah. So that's been definitely a thing that's been happening. And it's been kind of crazy within our little place.
Yes, it has been. Seems so chaotic in there now.
It really does, because like everybody's moving in some way, shape, or form. Me and Mountain Girl, we are moving our program to a completely different building.
Oh, yes.
So we've had to empty our office and move that. So it's taking a little bit of time, which is not bad though. I think that moving into our new office will be a good thing. And it should be fun.
It should be.
Yeah. So today we are getting close to the end of our STBBI series. Today we are going to do the big one.
And
HIV.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we're going to be talking about HIV today, folks. And I know this one has a lot of stigma and discrimination attached to it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first off, we are going to do the basics. So we're going to talk about our immune systems. We're going to talk about what HIV is and what it does inside your body. And then we will talk about, so we're going to do this. We're going to talk about HIV in a couple of different segments. We're not going to do it all together because it just is too big of a topic for us to discuss beginning to end. I think that...
Or else you guys might be sitting here for about a couple hours.
Oh, yes. I could talk about this for a long time.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to start with...
HIV and AIDS, the basics.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when HIV first kind of came out, it was back in the early 90s. And it was considered, so it actually came out as AIDS, autoimmune disease syndrome. Okay? So basically what was going on was there was this new thing that was coming out on the scene and people were dying really quickly from it. And so it became kind of labeled, and I'm going to say this lightly, it became labeled a very quick killing disease. Mm-hmm. Okay? But remember, that was also back in the 80s. So the epidemic actually started amongst our Aboriginal people in bigger urban centers. So it started, say, in places like Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto, Calgary, bigger centers. However, of course, over time, it has then eventually increased to individuals out in rural centers as well.
Okay.
Some of the biggest myths about HIV is that it is attached to a specific population. And it's so not. HIV can attack, or you can be afflicted with HIV in any group. There is no one.
Everybody can get it.
Exactly. Everybody can get it. The only thing that I can say about HIV is that if you're living a high-risk lifestyle, so that means having unprotected sex, sharing needles when injecting drugs, those two put you at a higher risk of contracting HIV. So just need to put this out there, need to make it very, very clear. Do not be fooled. HIV/AIDS is not a two-spirited disease. It is not a quote-unquote gay disease. Okay? It is really, I can't make that any more clear. It is not a two-spirited disease.
Everybody can get it, whether you're gay, straight, any.
That's right.
Any sexuality.
Even if you are a purple people eater, you can get HIV.
Oh, you say purple people eater, and that just makes me want to sing the song.
That's right. It's getting to that time of year.
Yes, it is.
So what we're going to talk about next is
understanding HIV and AIDS and your immune system.
That's right. So the difference between the words or things like bacteria, virus, and germ may make it kind of easier to understand how your immune system keeps you healthy and how HIV works within your own system, what happens. Mm-hmm. So there are like 4 different types of germs. Mm-hmm. So there are, or microbes, germs, microbes. There's bacteria.
Okay.
Okay. A fungi.
Ooh, like mushrooms.
Kind of like mushrooms or yeast infections or
stuff like that.
Protozoa. So those are other one-celled organisms that kind of are in your system. And then there are viruses. Okay?
Like COVID.
Like COVID. So there's bacteria, fungi, protozoa, but viruses are very different. HIV is a type of virus called a retrovirus. So it needs contact with your blood or other body fluids in order to infect you.
So what kind of body fluids?
So things like, so there's blood.
Yeah.
Okay. Vaginal fluid.
Okay. What about spit?
Spit is not one that you are going to carry.
No?
You're not going to have. You can kiss somebody who is HIV positive. You can kiss them safely, and you are not going to contract HIV from them. Mm-hmm. However, if you're having unprotected sex, whether it be vaginally or anally or even vaginally or anally, take that part out.
How about oral?
Well, no, it wouldn't be oral because you cannot contract it through saliva. Now, I suppose in any scenario, I don't want to say, no, you can never get it orally. But I suppose if you had open wounds in your mouth, say you had a blister or something inside your mouth and somebody ejaculated inside your mouth, it is possible that way.
Okay.
Okay. So HIV is carried within semen, vaginal fluid, as well as you can break the membrane in your anus when you're having anal sex, and it can be transmitted that way as well. Okay. It can also be transmitted through breast milk. Which is why moms that are pregnant get tested with for HIV.
Got it.
Okay, so here's what's going on within your immune system, all right? So what will happen is you have what's called T cells or CD4 cells within your body. They're the messengers. They tell your immune system to turn on if something is coming into your body that's foreign.
It's like a pirate ship. There's an attacker.
Exactly. I don't like that. So, but what happens with HIV, now other things, other viruses, your body starts to attack them and they start to destroy the viruses that are in your body. That's why they say, it may take you anywhere from 7 to 14 days to get over, say, a flu, something like that, because you've been attacked by a virus. Whereas with HIV, what happens is this virus invades your T cells. So those cells that say, hey, we're being invaded, they go and they attack those cells, thus making your immune system weaker.
So it's kind of like a ghost taking over someone's body.
Something like that, for sure.
I forget what the word is called.
Possession.
Possession, there we go. It's like the HIV virus is possessing your T cells.
That's right. And when it possesses your T cells, your T4 cells, basically what happens is it starts making copies of itself inside that cell. Okay? So now you can imagine, say, like a balloon. Right? Ooh. You can imagine a balloon. That's one of your T4 cells. And it's going around your body and it's protecting you and it's kicking ass on all of the things that's coming in.
With this little string.
Exactly. However, the HIV cell gets into that balloon and it starts making copies of itself until that balloon pops. Okay? So when it pops, then of course your body has a lot more HIV cells. And then what it does is it starts to attack other cells within your body. So say like B cells, they make proteins called antibodies inside your blood. These B cells are like an immune system's memory bank. Okay, so they store data about the different kinds of germs that have come and attacked you.
It's like a phone.
Kind of, yeah, I suppose, kind of like a phone.
Where you store like all your info in there.
Exactly. But they also store all of that information so that your body knows that it needs to attack all of these different, say, germs or cells that are coming in to infect you. The information that's stored, excuse me, I have the hiccups.
Oh, good.
The information is stored inside your body until it's actually needed. And the antibodies stick with the germs and kill them off. So they get, they're like your warrior cells, right? The idea of, say, a child immunization, this is where it gets proven here. Okay, so your antibodies, your B cells, they are the ones that hold on to those vaccinations, all of those little pieces of information, and they attack, say, polio, if you've been vaccinated for polio, or COVID, the different forms of COVID that you've been vaccinated for, or say something like rubella, things like that, things that we get child vaccinations for. These B cells, those are the ones that hold on to that information so that your body fights it off. And your body needs these cells in order to continue to protect yourself. So, when your immune system responds to the different infections in different ways, so each infection has its own kind of battle strategy, we'll say. Okay?
Like a football field.
Kind of like that. Each virus has its own play that it needs in order to defend against, being invaded.
Yeah.
But when HIV enters your body, it hunts for those T cells. It hunts for that part that alerts your body that it is being attacked. So it's like it's coming after your alert system. It's going after your alarms that are starting
Your
to...
security system.
That's right.
Attacking into your security system.
It's going after your security system. And then it starts turning your T cells into HIV cells. So it starts, that's how it gets in there.
And that's where the possession comes from.
Exactly. Okay, so we're following along so far.
Yes.
I hope.
Okay.
If you have any questions, please make sure to ask.
So far we have, it comes into your body.
Okay.
Hacks your security system.
It is hacking your
AKA
security system, yeah.
Your T4 cells. Your memory cells.
Your T cells, yep.
And then it possesses those cells.
Pretty much.
Basically.
Yep.
That is what
invades those cells.
Yeah.
So instead of keeping your T4 cell healthy and it's fighting for you, the HIV kind of implants itself inside those cells and reproduces. It copies itself inside those cells until that T4 cell that it's taken over busts. It kind of like it explodes.
It makes me think of the movie Alien.
Kind of like that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So basically, it takes over your T4 cells, thus weakening your immune system. This causes a chain reaction to the point where your B cells, which are those ones that produce antibodies, they aren't able to really start producing antibodies because they're too busy attacking your T cells, your T4 cells.
Yep.
So the main thing to remember about your immune system is that it's part of your body that defends against germs and infection. Now, keep that in mind, all right? So the things that can make you sick, it knows what belongs in your body and what doesn't. And when a healthy immune system, those things that don't belong in your within your body, so cold virus, some kind of bacteria, it destroys those things and it keeps your body healthy.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your immune system. That's basically what happens within your body on a daily basis. It fights off all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
So for right now, that's where we're going to end off. And we will come back to you next week with our next What is HIV?
Whoa.
So I do hope that you guys come back and, have a listen to what HIV is. Give us a shout if you have any questions. Please feel free to email us and we will answer any questions that you have or any concerns. I hope you all have a great day and we will chat to you later.
Bye.